Hey everybody, how you doing? Larry, good to see you.
Good to be back again.
Mr. Larry Silver from Kane Moston Insurance Agency, and I'm Doug Cohen, and we are here with another episode of Insurance Hacks. Insurance Hacks are where we come in to give you some tips and tricks and some things that you can learn when it comes to insurance, and in particular with Larry, we're talking about Medicare. So if you've seen a couple of these episodes so far, we've covered some of the basics of Medicare. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the annual enrollment period. What are some of the things you can do during the annual enrollment period? What are some of those things, Larry?
So the annual enrollment period occurs every fall. It goes from October 15th through December 7th. And during that time period, you can make changes to your Medicare plans. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, which we touched on last episode, you can change your Medicare Advantage plan. You can go from one insurance company to another. You can go from an HMO to a PPO. You can make any change you want from a Medicare Advantage plan to a Medicare Advantage plan. You can also go from a Medicare Advantage plan back to original Medicare only and pick up a prescription drug plan during that period of time. Because your Medicare Advantage plan includes prescription drugs. If you drop that, you need prescription drug coverage. You can also, if you're on a Medigap plan with a prescription drug coverage plan, you can change that prescription drug coverage plan also during open enrollment period. That's easy. Again, all these things that we're talking about do not have any regard to your health. You can make these changes once a year, and it's called the annual enrollment period. Some people refer to it as open enrollment period. In my world, it's annual enrollment period, but you can make these changes whatever fits you. Your doctor may not take a certain plan anymore, so you can change those plans. If you have a Medigap plan, you are not able to change those during open enrollment period unless you answer some medical questions, depending on how long you've been on Medicare. For the most part, making a change from a Medigap plan to a different Medigap plan is a little more difficult. There are medical questions involved. You can always drop a Medigap plan and go to a Medicare Advantage plan, as we talked about. Again, no regards to your health. But going from a Medicare Advantage plan to a Medigap plan sometimes could be a little difficult. It's also important to know that if you have a Medicare Advantage plan and you enroll into a prescription plan, you lose the medical coverage on that Medicare Advantage plan and you are ending up with original Medicare with the holes that we talked about last episode. So I've had a lot of people make the wrong decision on their own, not knowing the consequences, and it gets ugly.
So this is one of those things where, once again, the consultative approach and being able to really talk to people about their individual needs. You know, we've talked about how Medicare, some of the enrollment periods are very strict. And if you miss the enrollment period, you may have to wait till the next one and all those things. But at the same time, you do have the flexibility to make changes every year. And when it comes time to do that, you don't want to try and figure that out on your own once again.
That's correct. That's what we're here for. And it's important to know that there's penalties involved in some certain things.
Right.
Let's say you don't get a prescription drug plan when you're first eligible to, because you don't take any drugs, and why would you pay extra for it? Well, if you don't get a drug plan now and 5 years down the road you get a drug plan, you're going to pay a penalty, and that penalty is for every month you didn't have coverage. So there are people that don't get drug plans. That's fine, but a lot of people don't get them and don't know the consequences of not having it and the penalties. You also can't get a prescription drug plan anytime you want to. That's during the annual enrollment period. So it's important to know, if you make a decision not to get something or to enroll in a certain plan, it's important to know the options you have to make those changes, and they're not always just anytime you want to.
Very important to know. So once again, when you're looking to navigate the Medicare waters, you want to be able to talk to the Michael Jordan of Medicare. That's Mr. Larry Silver.
Same hairline as well.
I'm right there with you. Right there. You know, we could do. That's a lot of bald.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to keep my hat on. But thank you once again, Larry. Great breakdown of what you can do during the annual enrollment period, if I could spit it out. And we thank you once again for joining us on this episode of Insurance Hacks. Make sure you go to kmiagency.net, which is the website. Follow everybody. Follow us on LinkedIn as well as Facebook, and join us on the next episode of Insurance Hacks.
Very good. Nice to be here. Good to see you all.
Absolutely. Thanks, Larry. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.